Next question is by Shri Manoj Kumar. May I request Mr. Manoj Kumar? Mr. Manoj Kumar.
So it's not a question, it's a suggestion, I think, for the researchers which are tirelessly working on highway construction materials, locally available materials as well as materials of industrial wastes. But we must not forget about our ecology, our environmental parameters, which must be taken into account before promoting any idea which can be construed as revolutionary. Thank you, sir.
Now there is a question from Mr. G.B. Dhananjay. His SPC Public Works Department, Aurangabad. Which is the most suitable coating? Coating for what? It's not clear. Question is not clear. Now there is a question from Mr. S.P. Soni, BRO. Is there any solution for use of low AIV aggregate on pavement works in Tripura state? No aggregate is available. Whole aggregate is imported from Assam or Bangladesh, which has AIV 35 or even less. We all know that there is a aggregate problem in the state of Tripura, and no aggregate is available, that is true, but imported aggregate from Assam or Bangladesh which has AIV 35 or even less or more. You have written less, so actually, there are many solutions. We can go for using alternative designs where stabilized soil can be used in sub-base or base course, and high quality aggregate where the AIV is less than 35 can be used for surface course, so we can reduce the requirement of the aggregate. But you can use low AIV aggregate using innovative techniques like using the foam bitumen or improving the AIV of the aggregate by soaking in emulsion. Like that. There are the techniques where you can reduce the AIV of the aggregates which you import from nearby state like Mizoram, Bangladesh. But you can use alternative designs where stabilized soil can be used in base course and sub-base course. This is Dr. Velumurugan. He would like to come. Okay, welcome. Please come.
Thank you, Chair. Actually, it's not a question to anybody. It's basically a suggestion to IRC about the entire format of this general road research presentation, because we are seeing the general excellent presentation done by our colleagues from CSIR, CRRI for the work under the 4 subject areas. But it can be more better, which was done about 4 years back also by IRC, that trying to this sandwich the other some of the salient research works done by different people, that shall be so that there is a monotony doesn't come into picture. So that perhaps IRC can look into the thing, not to have continuously all these general road presentation together, and it can have that one. And also I'm a bit surprised to see in the detailed program, it has been given, a good initiative has been taken to include some of the presentations from the highway research journal like that. But it looks like now none of the presenters are there. So this shall be taken into board by IRC when they want to confirm it for the presenters to come and make the presentation. If the papers are chosen as the best for making a presentation in front of the audience, that shall be ensured that they come and make the presentation. And third point, sir, regarding the parallelly this research presentations are going on today between 9 to 1. My plea is really we should not have this kind of parallel presentation, because we are talking about the very term general road research presentation, and people who are interested in some of the important presentations, they get missed out. So better to have those general the research presentations given within this 9 to 1 slot, so that people can try to attend the things. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Velmurugan. I also feel so, and it is not fair. There should be parallel research presentations, and those research presentations should have been included along with journal report, and we convey the feeling of audience to IRC. IRC may note this. Now I invite Shri G.C. Talur, former Secretary PWD Karnataka. There are a lot of questions, observations. So, you need paper?
Dear Mr. Chairman, I have certain observations and requests to CRRI. I'll make them short. Many findings are reported as interim findings. There must be a protocol whereby such interim findings are finalized and become final findings or recommendations, so that they can lead to necessary codes in the country. Second is, CRRI being a CSIR institute may act as a national coordinator for road research in order to avoid needless likely replication of similar research in different institutes all over India. Third is, irrigation departments are very strong repositories of knowledge in construction of soil embankments in the form of dikes. Such knowledge may be sourced from irrigation department, Central Water Commission. I was in irrigation for 25 years. CRRI may aim at acquiring patents on road materials and methodologies. Fifth is, in the present era of globalization of knowledge, CRRI may peruse road research done abroad and acquire, adapt them where suitable and possible. Sixth is, India has vast various geoclimatic zones. CRRI may consider geoclimatic zone specific research. Seventh is, there are 9 coastal states, of which I am from one, and for your information, Karnataka PWD is not just PWD, its very name is Public Works, Ports and Inland Water Transport Department. There are 9 coastal states with a vast number of minor ports. almost 150. But coastal and inland water transportation are badly neglected in the country. CRRI, in conjunction with Inland Water Transport Authority, may take up studies to impress upon government the need to integrate coastal and inland water transport with road transport. Eighth is, CRRI may consider studies on RoRo transport, roll-on, roll-off transport, which is being done by Konkan Railways. RoRo transport vis-a-vis road transport. The last point is, at present, there being no coordinating body at the national level to study and do research in multimodal transport, CRRA may come forward and consider becoming such a facilitating body for multimodal transport in the country.
Thank you, sir, for the very valid observations and suggestions. At least with respect to CRRI, we will consider your suggestions and act wherever it is possible for CRRI. And now there is one question, that is, some cracks has developed in some panels of. Please come to the dais.
Good morning, everybody. It is a very common phenomena that in concrete pavements, sometimes cracks do occur along or nearby the joints. Although the very systematic approach to this problem is just to replace the crack. But in the concrete pavement, which is approximately 30 centimeter thick and M40 grade, it is just like a neurosurgery which never comes out in toto. So I would request, if there is some technology or some cure which is available readily, which can suffice the requirement.
Well, sir, first, the cracks which you have shown in the drawing drawn on that paper, they must not occur if you take due care during the construction.
Sir, I do agree, but
These, let me complete, sir. These cracks near the joints appear when you do not cut the socket joints within time. If you delay the socket, then the concrete will automatically crack, and sawing after have no use, because these cracks now acts like a joint. Now treatment. If you don't want to see the cracks at all, then go for the full depth repair. Remove at least 1.5 meter width of the portion of the slab, full depth repair, and replace it with the fresh concrete. If you can see the cracks, because they will not do any harm, then you can seal them as you seal the joints. First, make a groove along the contour of the crack. Put a this baker rod into that, and then seal it with polysulfide, polyurethane, or silicone sealant.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Now I invite Shri GM, his XCN PMGSY from Kashmir, name I am not able to read. Please introduce and.
I am GM Akhun actually from PMGSY Kashmir, XN at Kopwara. I have a query and I have a suggestion for CRRA regarding pavement design. While in it, as on date, no consideration is given to frost or temperature gradient or sustained sub-zero temperatures which we have there in Kashmir, particularly this time. We are not considering these things in the design. What we have suggested in the codes are different publications, whatever I have seen. It is just arbitrarily they are telling that you go and increase the thickness by this much, but as such a parameter in the design, it has not been considered, which needs consideration.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anybody interested to suggest what should be the directions of the research in coming years from the floor? We can take up 2-3 observations before the start of next presentation. I invite, if anybody is interested from floor, he may come and give his suggestions.
Sir, I am Vijay Kumar, SC, National Highways, Bangalore. Sir, my suggestion is, actually in IRC 37, the design has been given even for 2 CBR. So, if the CBR is increased by, say, up to 5% or 6%, the cost of construction will come down. So, whether the factor of fixing a minimum CBR, if it is encountered, or if the CBR is fixed, say, minimum 5, the cost of the construction will come down. So, why the CBR has been, it should not be fixed for 5 or 6, so that we can save the cost of construction. Because the people will be considering for 2 CBR, they will go for higher crust thickness. Even if they improve it by adding a sand or a crushed stone aggregates, definitely it will come up. The cost of construction, crust thickness will come down. So, whether it's my suggestion that if the minimum CBR of 5 or 6 is fixed, the cost of construction will come down. It's my feeling, sir. Second one is, we are facing a lot of problems in filling the potholes. So, what I have tried in our state, that is rubber modified cutback bitumen with anti-stripping agent. I tried and then I got a little bit of success in that. So, if there are any guidelines regarding that is rubber modified cutback bitumen with anti-stripping agent, that is also required, sir. The guidelines regarding that.
I think IRC Flexible Pavement Committee is in the process of preparing the guidelines for repair of the potholes. Whatever you have done, you may make a brief note of your work and send it to Flexible Pavement Committee IRC,
yes, sir,
so that things may be considered in making the draft.
Yes. And one more suggestion, sir. Most of the innovative items are already in that is in practice. So, but in government organizations, what I feel, the usage of the innovative items is very less. So, for that, any action has to be taken by IRC or MOTH or any other concerned authorities, say, for example, state highway authorities. So, if it is implemented in a high speed, so that we can reduce the cost of construction as well as the time of construction also. So, that can also be taken into account, sir. That is my suggestion.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Please come to the dais.
Thank you, Chairman. I am Dr. D.V. Rao from Usmania University. I retired from the Usmania University, Hyderabad. Every year, a lot of students pass out from the colleges, particularly in the highway sector, and their thesis work and project work for MTech and BTech can be utilized. Those project works must be planned in advance, and so that the students can do the project work and thesis work successfully. If the CRI or some other central organization comes into picture to suggest some projects to the colleges, it will be very much helpful. Most of the time, the professors and the students, they are in lurch what type of project they have to take for their degree course. So this must be incorporated in your basic research program, as the students are the reservoir of enthusiasm and physical force, and also they can spend money also. So these things must be utilized. The student force must be utilized by CRI or some other, the MOH and all those things. They can utilize the student force for their project works. This is my suggestion. And particularly, the MTech projects are still, they can be utilized for the major research work areas. You must suggest to the colleges so that it will be helpful for the main research organization and also to the college itself. So this must be taken into account. I have similarly on the same lines, I have made a small cone penetrometer for the road pavement design. The cone penetrometer based upon Australian code. And I have fabricated through students. They have done a survey work from a remote village to the main road, and they have surveyed, and with the cone penetrometer, they have designed they have investigated the soils, everything, and then they have designed the pavement, everything, and they have estimated the work, and they have given to the Rural Development Authority. So, such projects must be given to the engineering colleges. You must suggest what are the things to be done, because most of the research work are done very hazily, and sometimes they plagiarize also. So this can be avoided if the CRI also comes into picture regarding this project works and MTech thesis works. So
well,
thank you very much.
I just wanted to inform you that as a interface to our academic institutions, CRI provides training facilities to all these students of BTech, MTech and other MCAs at CRI for a duration of 2 months to 1 year, including for PhD students. We nearly provide about 100 students such facilities in a year. They work on a project related to burning areas. I request you that if you can go to our website, we have all the addresses where to contact, and CRI also provides sometime accommodation to outside the students. So please make use of these facilities. Do write to us. We will take students in various disciplines of highway engineering, whether it is structural engineering, geotechnical engineering, traffic and transportation. So you are welcome, sir.
Thank you.
So I think we have had a very good discussion on the presentations made on road research general report. You want to make comment?
It's just a suggestion alone.
Okay.
So, good afternoon to you, sir. I am Chief Engineer of Highways, Tamil Nadu in the design wing. We are using the ultimate load design IRC 112 in the design of bridges. We have been, actually FE 415 is not available in the market. 500 is only available. So I had written to the MORTH for use of, allowing us to use FE 500. I have not got any reply. I am very grateful to Dr. Raina who has helped me yesterday, and he has given me a very good suggestion so that I can use the excess stress which I can take up to that limit. It will be helpful if MORTH guides us and permits all the users to use that FE 500 instead of 415. 415 is not available in the market at all. So this I would like to place it in to bring it to your knowledge. Thank you very much.
Dr. Garg, you want to say something?
Actually, the way he suggested, he questioned and he answered himself. And we will take up this with the IRC and suggest some measures. Thank you.
Now, with this, we close presentations and discussion session on general report on road research. I thank you very much, all the presenters, for making very nice presentation and for a very good question answer session. And the only observation which I feel that I think the reporting of research work done to general report is not up to the mark, and as far as the pavement engineering and materials area is concerned, only a few reports are there in rigid pavement. I think the organizations which are doing research work in this sector, like engineering colleges, IITs, and also do CRC Chennai also, they also do research in this area. They should participate actively and report more work, so that engineering profession may get a benefit of this R&D being done across the country. With these remarks, I hand over the mic to co-chairman of the session. He may close the session.
Yeah, good morning to everybody. The Indian Road Congress is bringing out this general report on road research work done since last 4 decades. Over the years, we are seeing a trend that we are losing the sight of basic research over the applied research. This year, about 200 projects were reported, out of which 50% comes from the dissertation which has been reported by the academic institution. This trend is declining, and therefore there is a need that the real purpose of making this general report is getting defeated, because the idea is to know, as somebody has really pointed out, what research is going on in various organizations in the country, and there should not be any duplication of efforts. That is only possible when all those who are doing research reports their findings for inclusion in the general report. This is also important for finding out what are the research needs of future, what are the missing gaps. If we look into the various suggestions given by various people, ranging from how to construct rigid payment over the flexible payment, or what are the guidelines of using warm mixes, how to make use of filling of potholes. There were several suggestions related to design of flexible payment. Similarly, although lot of concrete pavements is being constructed in the countries, but there is hardly any reporting. So my suggestion is that we should not wait for the reporting at the end of the financial year for the general report. Rather, anybody can report the findings of its research work at any time online to the database of IRC, or even CRI can welcome, so that we can get the reports throughout the year. That will be easy for us also to compile, and I hope we can also follow up with various organizations who are not reporting now. So we should include them in this report. the various speakers who has raised various issues, this will be a food for thought for various committees of IRCs. I just wanted to say that for identification of research projects, CRI, the Indian Road Congress has IMRA committee, which looks into what are the priority research needed in these directions. Similarly, there will be many reporting by private players with regard to the use of new materials, techniques. The purpose of reporting these findings in this general report is to tell you how those materials have performed, whether it is interim conclusion or final. But this is not a recommendation for you to use unless these materials are accredited by the Indian Road Congress accreditation committees, which after thorough investigation of various field performance gives the certificates for use of such materials across the countries. This also includes use of various imported materials which are coming up for use in our country, how we can adopt those materials suiting to our Indian conditions. When so many things can be discussed here, I request IRC that they should strengthen this session more and include some more presentations on the completed projects in this session itself, so that more and more people can able to make use of this session. Thank you very much.
So thank you very much. Now I start next part of this session, where some of the papers from Highway Research Journal are included for the presentations, and there are 4 presentations. One is on the aspect of rigid pavement response to environmental and traffic loading investigated through instrumentation. Authors are Mr. Binod Kumar, Dr. Mathur and Dr. Gangopadhyay. The second paper is that is Accident Recording Portal for India. The presentation will be made by Shri Amrish Sorakhia. The third paper is application of fuzzy logic in traffic signal coordination by Asalatha and Manjusha. And the fourth paper is on headway analysis at signalized intersections with and without countdown timer by Mr. Sonu Agarwal and Meenakshi Lalitha. And I am told that authors of paper number 3, that is application of fuzzy logic in traffic signal coordination and headway analysis at signalized intersections with or without countdown timer are not present. So there are only 2 presentations. I invite authors of these 2 papers. They may come to the dais. I invite Dr. Binod Kumar, Dr. Mathur and Mr. Sorakhia. They may come to the dais. And the first presentation is by Shri Binod Kumar on rigid pavement responses to environmental and traffic loading investigated through instrumentation. I think this paper pertains to outcome of a project sponsored by IRC or Ministry of Road Transport and Highways. And now I request Shri Vinod Kumar to make presentation of this paper. He may take about 12 minutes. Mr. Vinod Kumar.
Respected Chairman, Co-Chairman and fellow delegates, good afternoon once again. This project on rigid payment response to environmental and traffic loading investigated through instrumentation was sponsored by Ministry of Road Transport and Highways to CRRI. We will always remember late Sri V.K. Sinha ji, former Secretary General IRC and DG Roads, for his keen interest and his hard work and efforts for the realization of this project. Today when I am going to present the findings of this project, I really miss him. Objective of this study was that when we design a concrete pavement, we have IRC 58 and we design it for environmental loading and traffic loading. We have theoretical approach to calculate the stresses and to decide how much thickness is required for a concrete pavement. Objective of this project were to exactly see what amount of load stresses and environmental stresses are induced in concrete pavement slabs in real field conditions, and then to compare it with the theoretical aspects. So we have taken this project with this. To get the response of the pavement, sensors were embedded into the concrete pavement slabs during the construction, and then afterwards tests were conducted and data was analyzed. Sensors which have been used during this study for static measurement, that means for the measurement of the temperature at the various depths of the pavement slab, we have vibrating wire temperatures gauges, then concrete strain gauges related to the temperature strains, and joint gauges, and then data logger. To get the response of the pavement under moving truck loads, we have embedded this electrical resistance strain gauges and capture the data by dynamic data loggers. Instrumentation was done at 3 sites, one at Allahabad bypass, where slab of the size of the slab was 4.75 to 5 meter and thickness was 32 meter. Second site was at Kota, NS 76. Slab size was 4.25 by 4.5 meter and thickness of the slab was 30 centimeter. And the third site was selected as Siliguri, where slab size was 4.375 and 5 meter and the slab thickness was 31 centimeter. So in 3 different climatics, we have instrumented the test sections. These are the photographs. Temperature recording was done in the middle of the slab. Dynamic strain gauge was measured along the edges of the slab, corner of the slab, and 25 centimeters away from the slab, because we believe that as the wheel load goes away from the edge, then there is a tremendous reduction of stresses. So instrumentation was done at the site. First, chairs were fabricated to which sensors were attached, and then concrete was filled into those test sections. These are the vibrating wire thermal strain gauges which were put in the middle portion of the slab, and the bottom photograph shows the temperature strain gauges which were fixed at the edge of the concrete slabs. These are dynamic strain gauges which were installed at the bottom as well as at the top of the slab as well as on the corner. Then they were embedded into the concrete. Then concrete slab construction was finished, and the cables of the sensors were taken out and protected into the medians in a housing. And same thing was done at Kota intersection also. Dynamic strain gauges at top and the bottom in the near the edge, and 125 centimeters away from the edge, that is in a wheel path. That was joint gauge for recording the movement at the joint. It was also fixed. Then concreting was done. Same instrumentation plan was used at the Siliguri. Temperature sensors were installed in the middle of the slab, joint gauge at the joints, and then concrete was put, and field data was collected. Now, static data due to using this data logger was recorded at an interval of 15 to 30 minutes, and dynamic data was collected by live testing under the control testing under the trucks, as well as using those trucks which were passing over that section. Then live load testing was done. Whenever we went to the site, that housing was protected by covering it with the slabs, and then it was lifted up, and the cables of the sensors were connected to the data loggers, and tests were conducted. For dynamic tests, tire pressure was also recorded, and then trucks were passed over the edge at 3 speed. 10, they were in a static condition, then at a speed of 5 km per hour, and then at a speed of 40 km per hour. Can you double click the photographs? You can see that this is an instrumented payment section where sensors have been embedded, and live load testing to measure the dynamic strains whenever load passes at the edge was done at a speed of 5 km per hour. Effect of speed was also studied for the recording of stresses. So, wheels are passing just over the edges at a 5 km speed, and then tests were also conducted at a higher speed of 40 km per hour. You can click the second photograph. You can see that truck is coming over the instrumented test section slabs with a speed of around 40 km per hour, and then response of the payment has to be different. At slower speed as well as at the higher speed, we have recorded the responses of the payment slabs. That data was recorded into the data loggers, and then similar tests were conducted at the tie edge also, because we wanted to know what effect of tie bars at longitudinal joint is there on the reduction of stresses at the edge of the payment slab. Same way, tests were conducted at a speed of 5 km as well as at a speed of 40 km, and then same way at Siliguri test sections also, tests were conducted. Now, data analysis. You can see during dynamic load testing, there are 2 peaks. First lower peak is corresponding to the front axle, and the bigger peak, higher peak, second peak is corresponding to the rear wheel. Whenever rear wheel passes over the payment slab, we will get higher strain. This is for the single axle truck. We have conducted for tandem axle trucks also. You can see that 2 rear peaks which correspond to the rear axle of the tandem axle configuration. And then measured stresses were compared with the calculated tensile stresses. And we have observed that temperature related strains are 75% less than the theoretical strain. That means there is field response, actual response of the payment slabs under the temperature variation is less as compared to what theoretical observation are there when we calculate theoretically using IRC 58. So actual response is quite less. Similarly, if you compare the response at tied edge versus non-tied edge, it was observed that tie bars have a stress reducing effect at the edge, and this was observed to be 15 to 20% less wherever tie bars were on the edge. So tie bars have also temperature this stress reducing effect, which we do not take into account when we design our concrete pavement using IRC 58. Similarly, tensile strain with load placed 20 centimeter away from the edge. That means when load do not passes over the edge, it passes 20 centimeter away from the edge. There is lot of reduction in stresses also, and it was observed that 30 to 45% less stresses were observed when load passes away from the edge. Then strains under static load versus strain under dynamic load. Speed of the vehicle have also effect on the stresses induced in the pavement slab. It was observed that as the speed increases, the stresses induced in the pavement reduces, and 10 to 15% reduction of the stresses was observed when trucks was run on the test section at a speed of 40 km per hour when compared to the speed of 5 km per hour. This effect of reduction of stresses due to the speed of the vehicle is also not considered when we design a concrete pavement using theoretical considerations of IRC 58. Now, temperature related stresses. Data was recorded from top to bottom at various depths of the pavement slabs throughout the 24 hours time, and at an interval of 15 to 30 minutes. And it was observed that maximum temperature differential exists between 1 p.m. and 2:30 p.m. At present, guidance of the IRC 58 has been revised as per this output. Previously, we would take the same temperature differential for the 24-hour cycle. Now, the latest revised IRC 58 2001 have divided the 24 hours in different time slots, and we take the peak value only during 10 to 2 p.m. and for the rest of the time, reduced value of this temperature differential are taken. And through thickness temperature variation have also been observed non-linear, and when we design on theoretical consideration, we assume that this variation of temperature through the thickness is linear, but actually it is non-linear. It was observed during the recording of the data. And these are those values of temperature differential which were recorded into the field, and they have been compared with the values of IRC 58. As you can see that at Siliguri climate, that for the 30 centimeters thickness of the slab, observed was 17.1 degrees centigrade, and IRC 58 says it is 16.8. So for higher thicknesses, it is almost similar, but for the lesser thickness, IRC values are on higher side. Then this is from the quota data, same conclusions. Lateral distribution of truck wheels. This survey was also conducted because when we design our concrete pavements on the basis of IRC 58, we assume that all trucks will not pass over the edge, only 25% will pass. So design traffic is taken as 25% of the observed CVPD. Now, during the lateral placement survey of the vehicles which we have conducted at all the 3 sites, it was observed that only 12.9% trucks passes just over the edge. We are taking as 25%, so that is also on conservative sides. So, thank you very much. The conclusion is that design guidelines of IRC 58, if you follow those guidelines, we will arrive at a higher thickness, and the actual requirement of the thickness of the concrete pavements, as has been verified by this study, will be lesser than those what we calculate theoretically. Some of the findings of this study have already been incorporated into the revised edition of IRC 58 2011, and some more studies need further validation verification, like effect of tie bars, effect of dowel bars on the reduction of the stresses, and this will come into the desired guidelines in the coming years. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Binod, for such a brief and nice presentation on the R&D findings of the project. Now, I request Sri Sorakhia to make presentation. Sri Sorakhia is Senior Scientist and heading Technology Management and Business Development Division at CSIR, Central Road Research Institute. I request him to make the presentation.
Good afternoon, everybody. Mr. Chairman, Mr. Co-Chairman, and dear colleague. I'll just read out the title of the presentation: Accident Recording Portal for India. And the first and foremost request and appeal you can consider that we need to make it Accident Recording Portal of India. And for this, I seek your support, because I think everybody of us can believe or simply believes that this is required. If because of whatever means, whatever method, procedure, measures we adopt and can save one life, I think that is more than the efforts we do in our entire life. So if whatever way we can reduce the number of fatalities, number of accidents, I think we should do those steps. And in the same, considering the same premise, we developed this accident recording portal for India. And this has been hosted, the beta version, which is presently also under different stages of testing and new modules being added. This is hosted at durghatna.org. Anybody of us can visit this site and see the feature of it. Content are to be uploaded, built up on this, and I need and seek support from all of you to build all those things. Just to build up the premise, though everybody agrees, must be knowing, must be feeling, I have taken these few slides from Ministry of Road Transport and Highways site, website. These are July 2011 figures. That road traffic injuries are a leading cause of death and disabilities. And in India in 2011, if we see that accident are 5 lakh accident, means every minute accident is happening, and 1,42,485 death fatalities has happened last year. And by the time I will complete my presentation, there will be 4 more people who will lose their life in these 15-20 minutes in road accident. Obviously, the gravity, the scenario of demand from all of us to take whatever measures we can take, and obviously some GDP issues, GNP issues related to accident economics. That is another a separate part, though important, but the significance or gravity of saving at least one life becomes more important. This is the data again from the same ministry website. If we see from year-wise from 2002 to 2011, the accident severity, means loss of life in persons killed per 100 accident, it is increasing. Means the size, nature of accident is becoming more alarming. That is a very important aspect to note. And experts have categorized the incidence of road accident under 3 headings. It is rise in number of accident injuries per lakh of population, but sharp decline in number of accident per 10,000 vehicles, mentioning the quality and the technology of new vehicles we have. But again, rise in number of accident per 10,000 kilometer. We are building roads, but I think we are not building safe roads. Whatever measures again we need to take, that we should be bothering about. These are the graphical pattern for per lakh population. Population is increasing, but the main concern, if you see the red line, means bottom red line, it is the fatalities per lakh of population, which is increasing. Here this is the per 10,000 vehicle, the number of persons injured. This is reducing. Major mention has been made about the quality or technology of vehicles. And then per 10,000 kilometer of road length, again number of fatalities is increasing. Obviously, we as highway professionals, transport professionals are getting bothered about, are taking measures whatever we can, and that is why black spots have been identified in 16 states. These have been uploaded on the ministry website. Anybody can see. means we are taking measures. There have been so many workshops to collect the road accident data, and you can see the 5 workshops in Delhi, 11 state district level workshop. So all these workshops are being carried out to collect the data. You know, that data will help us in decision making. Tamil Nadu government has developed a online system for accident data management funded by World Bank, costing around 2.2 crore, which they are using, and what I have read from the literature is number of fatalities has decreased in Tamil Nadu, I think because of this. So that shows the significance of having a good data collection and management system for accident, for road accident, will help us. Considering this all premise, considering these all issues, criticalness of the aspects, we at CRRI developed this portal, online system, through website, through internet you can access. I got good opportunity of a few students who developed this website. I'll come to them later. This is the basic index page, home page of the website. On the top left, there are different features onto this. I'll just mention those features. First is whosoever means person will record the accident, that will be mentioned. And before that, I'll like to tell you that there are 2 types of users. User interaction would be there on this website. One is normal user. Anybody of us as individual can record an accident which we have seen or met onto this portal, so that data related to those accidents are collected. Maybe one can say that one person can upload so many accidents, obviously, but it will happen very rarely. We will, with the time, build all those mechanisms so that we can capture good data. And another set of data is police user. As we know, as per our IRC forms A1A4, police is expected to collect accident data under those forms and then compile those statistics. These workshops were held to compile all those statistics. This portal will take care of police interaction as well as normal interaction separately. For police department, they will go through their domain in their defined fashion. And for normal, because police data will be specific to police department, they will not like to go public, so therefore they can handle their data, and also simultaneously they can see the common man data which people have uploaded. Under the recent accident heading, we will see whosoever has uploaded an accident data, that will be reflected there. Second heading would be facts and figure, means a compilation of the sort of reports. Those reports, those graphs will come under that graph portion. Then there will be 2 headings, accident and safety. Under accident, we will be having glimpses, shots, some critical accident, details of those critical accident over there, just to remind people that how severity, how critical issues are surrounding accidents. And safety, wherein we will be mentioning a sort of education, safety tips, signages, what those signages meant and all those things. There will be under one heading under resources, where all data related to road safety will be uploaded, so that whatever information we can help anybody to save, to do whatever one can do for road safety, to save or reduce accident, we can do. And one very critical aspect is also we have included safety measure taken by government. It's not that we mostly belong to government section. It's not that we are not taking action. We have identified black spots. We are doing road safety audit for the different road sections. So we are taking measures. So those need to be highlighted over there. The policies, National Road Safety Week, declaration issues, all those things will come over there, wherein we want to tell people and everybody what government is taking measures for different sections, different aspects related to road accident. one news box is there where we will be getting news. And at the bottom you are seeing the 5 boxes on the top layer and 5 boxes on the bottom layer. Top boxes are help a victim, wherein presently we have only posted important phone numbers, but subsequently we would be having a interactive portal so that information, if anybody needs support through this portal, we can help him or her to reach a support mechanism. Then discussion forum, wherein we can discuss, that can help us in accident investigation. Then events and competition information related to road safety. Then one aspect we have included NGO forum. There are a lot of NGOs who are working in road safety sector. So combining all them so that combined effort will move the mission with more rigor and vigor. And again, and one on the top right is Kids Corner, wherein students from very initial stage, if they are told about the road safety aspect, obviously they will become good citizens. In the bottom line, we have simply included some advertisement related features so that this portal is sustained. To use this portal, one need to register. This is the registration page. Normal registration as we do in other website. Then this will be the landing page when we log in. Here, this is the first page where we can record an accident. If you see, the first heading is address. The moment you start typing address of a location where you think it is near to that point, if you start typing, it will start showing possible option from the database. Like we have typed Apollo Hospital. In Delhi, there is Apollo Hospital, so they have, this website has given 2 options, Apollo Hospital. The database is not that much specific, but whatever it is, we can be specific. So Apollo Hospital, we select one. Once we select one, there is one show map. That particular location will be shown on the map as a balloon you are seeing. You can pick this balloon and put it at the exact location where you think is the accident has happened. So that once you do that, means picking this balloon to the exact location, the exact latitude and longitude of that location will come into this latitude and longitude option. And then other requirement as per IRCA inform, type of area, weather will be, you have to enter this data, and then this is for normal user. We are seeking this information from normal user, a minimum set, so that accidents we record and we can analyze for first level information for professional to provide safety measures. Then another heading is accident detail. You must be seeing at the bottom there is one red box. So if you fill all options, it will become green. Otherwise, it becomes red that you have not completely filled. It hardly takes, I think, 15-20 seconds or half a minute to to record one accident. Here you have to put date of accident, then time of accident, then once these details are fed, then we have to be elaborate about how this accident has happened. Based on IRC form, whether it is an hit and run case, whether it is ongoing road works is happening on the road. So this way we will be able to collect that when we are doing road works, whether it is construction or maintenance, we need to provide safety measures so that common road user is not affected, or rather it is safe. Then details of vehicle, means accident has happened between, in this vehicle pedestrian is also we have included. And remark, we can put anything if it is more than 3 vehicles. Then we can also upload images of the accident if we have. And then we can simply press the button record, this accident get recorded. When we record, when a normal common person records an accident, it gets saved. because of whatever reason, if he or she wants to delete, he has to submit a deletion request, which will be processed by the administrator. This provision we have kept so that not too much accident get recorded and not timely, means today we report, somebody reports and tomorrow he or she deletes it. To make to see whether the system is not being misused, we have included this feature. Likewise, police user can also record this, record an accident using this portal. Further, the police user requirement is complete A1 form. The whole of the A1 form we have included in this. This is first page to put the location. There the latitude, longitude in A1 form is optional because generally police people do not have latitude, longitude of the location, but here they can use the map facility to define the exact location. Then road details, then victims involved, all those details, vehicles involved, and then they can see what accident they have reported. In police user, we are going to define state-wise mechanism wherein one state is handled by one person, maybe at their topmost level, and they will define their persons at district or local police station level to record these accidents, so that they handle their road accident related issues and management at their level. But collectively we will get the data at national level. This is the screen for general information on road safety. Whosoever will put, this will be, means with the time will become substantial resourceful thing. And these are the measures taken by the government. Presently we have filled, means whatever we get at the first instance. This is Kids Corner. We can have cartoons. School used to have competition on road safety, say drawing competition or something. Those images can be uploaded on this. Then NGO and discussion forum is a big module, and we plan to do it at a later date wherein all NGO will get registered and then they handle their things through this. Help a victim. Presently we have listed out some important numbers. This is admin panel from where we will be putting information. Now, if we see the collectively, this portal is for both normal and police users. We get GPS based tracing the site facility, means we can be very specific GPS wise to locate the accident site. Then display of accident records in different fashion. Facts and figure means summary of data, whatever data it has, the summary of which can be reflected so that decision making is very convenient. The exclusive means A4 form for police user will be only a minimal set of things which would be displayed through this. Other than that, because of the A1, A4 forms are made for manual intervention, but because of this facility we will be providing the way they want to analyze the data. Then glimpses of accident, awareness on road safety measures taken, resources on road safety, safety tips. With other help a victim events and competition, these features are also there. Earlier we got about 5 students who worked on this concept, but largely Mr. Ankit Agarwal and Govind Chaudhary, both students of BTech final year, they did quite a good work for this. And I am thankful to IRC and CSIR CRRI for sponsoring their visit to this IRC session. And Ankit and Govind is also there. I will request them to please welcome others. And I think they need applause also because the efforts that have went into this website development is substantial. Lastly and not the least, as I in the very initial stage sought support from all of you to support this website to get more and more accident recording, I also request and appeal to corporate organization कि under corporate social responsibility gesture, they adopt this website so that they advertise through their marketing means the significance of this website, so that more and more accidents are recorded, so that we get more and more information about accident and better safety measures we can take. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sorakhia, for such a good contribution through development of this accident portal website. This will be really useful for prevention of road accidents in the country. And now both the papers are open for discussion. If there is any question, please raise your hands. Yes, please come to the dais.
Thank you, Chairman, for giving me time to put some questions. We know that prevention is better than cure, but we are thinking, we are very much eager to do some cure. But there is a huge lapses from the engineers in maintaining the road, in geometric designs, etc. Actually, some author said, the previous author said, that after recording the data, it has been said the accident reduces. But who has an idea of the Indian roads? In case of the city and in case of the urban areas, I have a bad experience. The shoulders of the roads, the shoulders of roads are not treated as a road. Most of the cases, the engineers who are maintaining the roads, we do not want to spend money to keep the road shoulders to be used as a road as a pedestrians, as well as in case of some horrible traffic is passing, we can take shelter in the shoulders. If you have visited India, you can able to find the shoulders in most of the cases the most neglected item of the engineers who is maintaining the roads. In case of the rural sector, it will be seen without some crossings, maintaining the things. And another point is coming in case of the national highway or intersections of the other roads, the encroachments on the shoulders. But for few days I am seeing, so nobody is bothering about shoulders. The shoulder will be kept like that, and we shall record the data as road safety. The decade of the road safety is being to record the data, and for that, after that we will do. But maintaining the road is one of the best method to give a safer road to the people of India. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Velu Murugan.
Sir, Mr. Mukhopadhyay, sir, just for your information and also request, you just log in into this website and give your contribution to add features to it. Sorry that presently discussion forum on this website we have not developed, but it would be developed in next 1 or 2 months. Then such like issues and subject we can raise there, and obviously we will build upon the issue in substantial manner so that we do not neglect even pettiest issue. Thank you.
Yeah, my question is to Mr. Sorakhia for taking a good initiative about developing this accident portal. Like what mechanism suppose has been deployed so as to avoid duplication of the data, because the point here is that we want to go in for entry of the data to be done online by a person who has installed it at his place. Suppose the police has, assuming that police have been given this particular access for entry, how the duplication of the data can be avoided, or otherwise to check whether the data is entered by the police should not be duplicated. And the second point is, what would be the capability of the system if you are going to go in for integrating with the available ones, like say for example Tamil Nadu Police's Tamil Nadu Accident Database System, which you have mentioned in your presentation, and if this can be scaled with that system, is it possible or not? Maybe it's a tall order I am asking, just I wanted a clarification rather.
Thank you, Dr. Vel Murugan. With regard to duplicacy of data, under police recording, it is one person who is responsible for recording an FIR, and that person would be responsible to record police data into the portal. So at least duplication of an accident under police module would not happen. But as far as normal user is concerned, obviously there are 4 or 10 people have seen, maybe 4 or 3 or means duplicacy of accident recording on a particular location on a particular date, maybe 3-4 person will go and record. Obviously presently I do not have any mechanism, but the plan is that on every accident we will put yes I support, no this is wrong. Means yes or no means support, whether appropriateness or inappropriateness, like we see in Facebook likes and dislike. Button would be there so that supporting it will reinforce the significance that the accident has happened and the data is authentic, and say inappropriate or not genuine thing, button will say that this data is not appropriate. Still there would be some duplicacy, but when we will analyze the data, this feature will come. Particularly,
I think Mr. Sorakhia, you can discuss
fine, sir.
In the lunch.
Yes,
and
sir.
now the time for the session is over.
One more request from Mr. Bhola Prasad Agarwal ji has come. How frequently updated data are analyzed? Instantly. Because you upload data, if there is presently 4 accidents and you have added 5th one, now the system will start showing that 5 accidents has happened. Whether uploaded data are verified or not, as I told you, in police verification system, it is the responsibility of police system. Under normal, the mechanism I told will happen in couple of months, so that the verification will happen. Obviously 100% accuracy when it is open to common people will not happen. But obviously we will get good data for good decision making and support. Thank you.
Now I request co-chairman to sum up the session.
Good afternoon. We have since morning 2 sessions, one comprising presentations of general report on road research work in 4 sections as per the format of IRC. In the second session we slated to have 4 presentations, but only we could able to make 2. One on the completed projects related to rigid payment response to environmental and traffic loading investigation through instrumentation carried out by CRI team under a sponsored project of Ministry of Surface Transport. The finding of this project is going to make effect in designing our codes related to rigid payment. Already the inputs have been given by the CRI. The second initiative is on this social issues of accident recording portals for India. This is a beginning, and I hope that as it grows, the teething problems will be taken care by the team. and it can be used by the people seeing the response and the feedback and the usefulness of this. But it is certainly a social issues, social cause, and cooperation of all is required in this regard. So we thank both the speakers for giving this presentation. Thank you very much.
So ultimately I thank all the presenters and the delegates who have participated very actively during the deliberations of the session. I thank once again. With this I close session. Thank you very much.
I, on behalf of Indian Roads Congress, thank the chairman and co-chairman for effectively conducting the session. I also thank the authors for their thought-provoking presentations. I also thank all the delegates for participation in the general report on road research. I now request to Sri G.C. Tallur, former Secretary PWD Government of Karnataka, to present a memento to Chairman Dr. P.K. Jain and Co-Chairman T.K. Amla, Sri T.K. Amla, on behalf of Indian Roads Congress.
Before I present them, let me add an epilogue that A1 and A4 forms were designed by IRC, where all the Inspector Generals of Police of the country attended. And that was one glorious instance of symbiosis between the engineering department and the police department, because of which A1 and A4 came into existence more than half a century ago. Now when these A1 and A4 and the data being collected therein is to be IT enabled, it has to be done similarly across the board in all the states in India. What's now happening unfortunately is, unlike say Aadhaar, various states which are in an advanced stage like Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, each one is adopting their own IT platform, whether it should be Wembley's macro station, whether it should be Oracle, on which base. Very soon a state will come where, very unfortunately, all the states would have IT enabled many of their road analysis system, road accident analysis system, geographic information system, road management system, etc. But these systems will not talk to each other. So it is now is the time where CRRI, IRC, I urge them to sit together and mandate similarity to be brought in IT enablement all over the country, so that systems talk to each other and data can be imported and exported from one state platform to another state platform and right up to the national level.